This video has spoilers for Act 2 of Hollow Knight Silksong. Do not watch the video if you don't want to be spoiled for Act 2. If all you wanted to see in this video was the location of the grinding spot, it's just this one in the Grand Bellway. You can easily get here via the Bellway. Rest at the bench. Go to the left here. We're killing these two enemies. And then we're going to rest at the bench again. That's the entire setup. I'm going to show you where to get the abilities that make this setup a lot faster, though, in the rest of the video. And I'm also going to have calculations for how many rosaries you get later on in the video. So here's timestamps for that. If you already have these abilities, you can click off the video now. The first of the things that you're going to need for the setup to go fast is the Threadstorm ability, and that looks like this. It costs 4 silk to use. You can get this as soon as you enter Greymoor. This is the entrance to Greymoor right here from the far fields, and we're going to be going to the right. The quickest way to get here if you're returning from somewhere else is the Far Fields Bellway, and then you can just go up the Drafts of Wind. So we're going to be going to the right. That shortcut won't be unlocked if this is your first time going this way, obviously. This is where you get the map. And continuing all the way to the right, you'll end up in this room at the far right side of Greymoor. From here, you can make it to this house area. That gate won't be unlocked, but you can just head through this way and around and you can unlock it and enter from here. Once you're inside the building, all you're going to need to do is drop down here. You'll be able to come up here. And this room is going to be a little bit of an enemy gauntlet. I've already cleared the gauntlet, but once you finish it, you can head up here and hit that lever. Now we're just going to leave the building the same way we came in. And now, a bunch of these balls will have appeared, and we can climb them to get to the top of the area. This is a bit of a tricky parkour challenge because it involves a lot of pogos, but eventually you'll make it up to the top here. And you want to hit this lever. After hitting the lever, we're going to drop down here, activate the Fade Down Cloak, and then hit that. Once you're in this room, you're just going to pogo up the balls here, jump over this guy, just completely ignore him, and parkour up a little bit more, and we'll make it to the top. Once you're in this room, there's no more enemies, just a few more jumps to hit, and this right here is where you get the Threadstorm. The next item is the Thief's Mark, and to get it, you need an ability that you can only get after getting this harpoon ability. So if you don't want to get spoiled on how to get the ability that you get after this, then stop watching the video now. If you don't care about getting spoiled, then here's how you get the ability. You need to first get into the slab. There's a few ways to do this. You can get captured by any enemy that has a cage as its weapon, and then you'll have to kind of go through this entire area, or you can just get here from the coral chambers. And then you want to head down to the Bellway, and then you can get to Mount Fay. From Mount Fay, you're going to be instantly gated by some rings that need you to use the harpoon. If you have the harpoon, then you can do the entire area. It's just a really hard parkour gauntlet, and the reward for doing that is the double jump ability. You need to have this double jump to get the Thief's Mark. To actually get the Thief's Mark tool itself, you're going to want to head to the Blasted Steps Bellway Station. You should have this unlocked already if you've made it to the Citadel. You're going to go to the left, up this way, and then at the first left you can take where the sign is, you're going to want to go in here. This is where you need the double jump for. And then in here is going to be Grindel. He sells it for 350 rosaries. So you can buy it, just grind rosaries with the same method to get 350. Come here, buy the tool, and then you can start grinding rosaries faster. Now that I've equipped the Thief's Mark and the Threadstorm, we can get started with the method. And here's the breakdown of how to do it. You're just going to, from the bench, run to the left here, jump between the two enemies, rip the Threadstorm, and then hit the guy on the left twice. That should take care of both of them. Then we're just going to run back to the bench. That will respawn the enemies, and then we can go ahead and do it again. Using the Threadstorm should kill the guy on the right on its own. And then I think it always takes 2 hits to kill the guy on the left after that, but I'm not certain about that. I've currently upgraded my needle twice, so I'm on the 3rd needle. This time I'm having to manually kill these guys because I didn't have enough silk to use the Threadstorm. And that's going to happen every now and then. You're just going to have to deal with that. Hit them a little bit, and then you'll recharge a bunch of silk, and you can use that silk on the next runs. You see that with the Thief's Mark, I get 46 rosaries. This is about normal. Without it, you'll get 29. So it's about a 58% increase. Sometimes you'll get this little thread thing You want to hit that just because it recharges a little bit of your silk, and then you can use that for future runs. It makes it so that you don't have to as frequently hit them manually, and you'll get more thread storms. So I timed some cycles of doing this strategy, and from bench to bench on a good run, it takes me about 17 seconds. There's 3,600 seconds in an hour, so dividing 3,600 by 17 seconds gives us 211 cycles per hour if we round down. And 211 cycles times the 46 rosaries that we get per cycle equates to 9,706 rosaries per hour. And that's why I said 10,000 in the thumbnail, because 10,000 looks nicer. Realistically, though, you're not going to be doing every single run in 17 seconds. That's just not reasonable to have it perfect every single time and be completely locked in and never lose any silk. So I timed 20 minutes of grinding using this method, and during that, I got 2,684 rosaries. Multiply that by 3 to get a full hour, and I got 8,052 rosaries. So not far off. And then here's the same math, but without the Thief's Mark and only getting 29 rosaries per cycle. So this is overall a really good grinding strategy. You shouldn't need that many rosaries. You shouldn't need to do this for an entire hour. I did this for about 20 minutes, and I have plenty of rosaries for the rest of my playthrough. So hopefully I could help anyone, and thanks for watching the video.